What's going on, y'all? My name is Joltage, and today bring you the Week 6 LPL action of LCUU. This game, first game of the week was my game versus V-Boy Blues. So we'll just hop right into it. Team I brought was a fairly, I don't know, kind of old, kind of a throwback construction in terms of I feel like I would have used this construction a lot last year, but I still think it's really solid. We've got Tick, Tortuga. This is not Smash Tortuga, it's Rocks Tortuga, but we got Tick, Tortuga, Baltoy. Baltoy is one of my favorite mons. Cottony, who I haven't busted out much lately at all, and then made a return of NP Stunky, who people have been really down on with the explosion of sand usage in recent weeks. And then, standard Pancham as well. BBB, on the other hand, brought pretty interesting looking team. LGM's definitely not something we're used to seeing a whole lot. This is defensive sweeper LGM with agility and cosmic power, and I knew that heading into the game, like from preview, I mean. Upon seeing that, I look at myself with my Stunky, know that LGM never beats Stunky if Stunky is alive at all. And really the main thing preventing Stunky from doing stuff is that Diglett Alola. So if I can get rid of Dig, I think I'm going to be in a really good position. Cottony is also a really good stop to Sweeper LGM. Prankster Encore, always very good. Another interesting thing from BBB's team, he brought a Mantike, which he has called bad. And I've defended it, so it was interesting. I think Mantike's very good, and we see it be pretty good in this game. So without further ado, we're just gonna kind of get into the game. I lead Tick versus Growlithe. Try to go right for the Volt Switch as he makes the play out to his Diglett. Go Baltoy on an expected Rocks, and I'm gonna just spin those away as he goes Mantike. Mantike is kind of tough for me to deal with. I don't have, I have Tortuga, but I didn't want to necessarily go hard to that. Fires off the Hydro, Joltage can take that fairly well. I'm going to Giga Drain expecting the Tick, expecting the Dig again, but unfortunately does not work out for me, and my Tick is down at 18%. I'm gonna Giga a second time, get a little bit of that health back as I get to go Baltoy on the Dig. He opts to stay in an Iron Head, and Baltoy is gonna be able to rapid spin those rocks away. I go Tortuga here, expecting either rocks or another Iron Head. He does get a crit, but it doesn't really matter that much. Tortuga's Aqua Jet is able to take out the Diglett, and that works out for me quite well. Out comes Cottony. I've got a Stunky, so I go right out to that, take the Giga Drain fairly well, and I opt to set up a nasty plot. Because with Dig gone, my Stunky looks really good. It can't quite break through Pancham yet, and depending on what type of Growlithe it can't do that here. So I'm going to switch out to my Tortuga. As Growlithe reveals that it's Thief. It's a favorite set of BBBs to be Thief Juice. Burns my Tortuga, which is fine as I go for the knockoff. I'm getting rid of its juice, but he can obviously Thief if he wants to. I decide to set Rocks as he goes out to his Cottony, and I'm gonna sack the Tortuga actually before going back out to my Stunky. And rather than nasty plot again, I'm going to just fire off the Sludge Bomb, kill off the Cottony, which is great for me. And here is where I lose the game. So went to calc this, and for some reason the calc had Growlithe with 13 Spadef, rather than 14 Spadef. So I thought it was a roll in my favor to kill with Sludge Bomb here, and I go for that. allowing him to live and steal my berry juice. Which was really bad, really bad for me. Because now I didn't even want to switch into it, and yeah, my Stunky has to go down. It's unfortunate. Baltoy's going to be able to come out and revenge, but yeah, that sequence lost me the game, straight up. Which was annoying for sure. If I had, calc correctly, I would have gone out to, I probably Joltage on that, honestly. And figured I was gonna beat the Mantike some other way. But yeah, things didn't work out for me. There. But anyway, Growlithe goes down. Out comes Mantike. Juice is gonna pop. Just fine. Mantike's still very threatening to me. I have to go Cottony. Encore it's Rain Dance, or at least threaten to. I don't want to play around with it and just go for the Encores. BBB goes out to his Elgium. Here I fire off a knockoff as BBB goes back to his Mantike. Which is a good play from him. I decide to sack the Joltik here to the Ice Beam and head out to my Panda. Here was another unfortunate play for me, another unfortunate turn for me. I don't think this one mattered nearly as much as the Stunky thing, but I'm gonna fire off a Gunk Shot, which is the only move that I have that's able to kill the Mantike from here. And I know I live any hit from the Mantike from full with my Eevio, so I opt to go for that. Live the Air Slash, miss the Gunk Shot, lose the speed. Actually, I think this was a speed tie. It might not have been a speed tie, actually, but and then go down to the Ice Beam the next turn. So that was unfortunate. Panda could have lived that and gotten off a knock on either the Panda or the Elgium, and maybe we could have been fine. And instead, my Cottony has to come in, take an Air Slash. Does take the Air Slash, which is neat, and is able to take out the Tyke with the Giga Drain. Because my Panda wasn't able to take out the Tyke, Cottony's too low to handle both the Pancham and the Elgium. I could have gone Baltoy here, I guess, rather than click Dazzle. That probably would have been a better play, in fact, thinking back on it. But, I mean, he could have easily just gone to his Baltoy on this turn. It would have been tough for me. Baltoy is going to be able to take out the Elgium, and my only hope is, because I know it's going to defensive sweep, my only hope is, since I resist Stored Power, maybe I can Toxic it and it'll go down before he's able to take me out. Unfortunately, I missed the first Toxic, which is annoying, but also he's synchronized, so really didn't matter. Just kind of sped up my own demise here, and I end up losing this game. We're just gonna get to the end. So yeah, that was a really unfortunate game for me. I felt really good up until the Stunky thing. And I felt like I still had a chance in the end there, and then the Gunk Shot missed, and it just wasn't to be. And that was a particularly frustrating loss for me. And it was my third game in a row dropped at this point. So season didn't really turn out as well as I would have hoped, especially after my strong start to the year. But it's enough about me, I guess. We'll move on to game 2. Alright, game 2 of week 6, we had Albi versus Juan. Both brought pretty interesting teams, ones you don't necessarily see a ton of. Meowth, Golett on Juan's team. I'd say matchup wise, Juan was definitely in the driver's. I think Juan's in the advantage position matchup-wise. Don't know why it took me so long to say that. Tyke's pretty good in this game for Albi. But the Golett is pretty annoying for both his Meowth and his Salandit in particular. But we'll just kind of hop right into the game. Goldeen lead versus Goldeen. Ceremonial trading of the Nox? No, because Juan has a Shellos who doesn't have to lose its item. Goldeen tries to go for the Toxic, actually trading of the Toxics, which is different, but Albi misses his, and Shellos is able to avoid getting messed up by that. It worked out for Albi. Albi apparently does not with Albi having Toxic on his Goldeen, he appears not to have the Drill Run, as he switches his Goldeen out of the Krogunk. We end up and goes out to a Salandit as Juan makes a play scouting for the Drill Run with his own Goldeen. Salandit doesn't want to be in on non-knocked Goldeen, especially at full, so Albi is forced to go out to his own Goldeen once again, who's going to get turned on, and it's going to be right back out to Krogunk. Again, it's Landit, so definitely not having the Drill Run, but Juan wants to make that sure that in scouts, and we get the exact same play once again. This time Golett comes out and is going to be able to fire off a Poltergeist and take out the Goldeen. Meowth's going to be able to come out knowing that Poltergeist can't hit it, and is going to be able to go right for the U-turn rather than the fake out. It works out as Salandit's finally going to be able to come in, fire off a Sludge Bomb, does no damage to the leap, and it's going to take the turn to knock off rather than switch out, predicting to not be hit by an Ancient Power and Earth Power. So that worked out for Albi pretty well, as now Panda's going to come in on the Leap. Is going to eat the Bullet Seed really well. This does no damage at all. Panda's going to fire off a Drain, not doing a ton of damage to the Goldeen either. We're going to see a trading of knocks. Nope, Goldeen's going to knock and flip turn out as Panda goes for the Drain. Out comes Krogunk on yet another Drain Punch. Panda's getting some health back each time. Instead of going to his Tyke, he opts to go for the Zen. I think this is a bulky Panda, so I doubt that was a speed tie. And Panda's going to get Sludge Bomb poisoned and basically be out of commission for the rest of the fight. Out comes Goldeen, who's going to be able to flip turn once more. This Goldeen has really been flipping and turning all over this match. On comes Meowth on the Shellos. Going to see a fake out on the incoming Cotton. He does really no damage at all. But Salandit's going to come in on the Encore. And a nice double is going to come out to the Leap. Meowth's going to U-turn. So the Leap is going to out to his Diglett Alola's. The Leap's going to click recover, and now Diglett Alola's in is going to be able to fire off a Earthquake and really mess up pretty much whoever wants to come in. Shellos is going to be able to take one from here though, as Albi goes to his Mantike on the recover. I landed in versus Leap. Reveals to be Cursed Leap, who we've seen a few times this season now. As Meowth's going to come in. He's going to fake out, get a little bit more poison damage. He's going to U-turn out this turn. Think out to Diglett Alola, as that is indeed what happens. I'm going to force out the Leap, I believe, with the Iron Head. That's what happens. Shellos comes in, takes the Iron Head very well. And the Shellos is proving to be a pain for Albi to deal with. Does not have the Toxic on his Mantike. Avoids getting his own Mantike Toxic as he goes to a Salandit. As Shellos switches out of that. And it reveals to be Rock Golett, which I guess makes sense with being Cursed Leap. That'll make getting through, wearing down Landit and Mantike a little bit easier. As the Leap goes down to Tyke, we get an Air Slash flinch. We get an Air Slash crit flinch, which gives Albi a bit of hope, but this Shellos can really come in and sit all day See Landit come out, trying to fire off some sludge bombs. Juan knows that. Well, actually, goes for the knockoff there, predictive of the Golate, which Juan went into last time. And it was Scarfed Golate, but it was Rocks, Scarf Rocks, which is, I guess, fine. After seeing Rocks, I would have assumed it wasn't Scarf. But Albi gets that play right, and Golate actually goes down to the crit knockoff from Salandit. Out comes Shellas once again. Sludge Bomb is going to do reasonable damage, but Salandit is going to go down to the Earth Power. Out comes Meowth, going to fire off a Fake Out into the Cottony. Unfortunately, Feint's not going to be able to take it out, and Albi's going to get locked into Fake Out. Out to Mantike as one goes to Shellas and is going to recover up. I'll be going for some air slash flinches, but not really to be, as the Toxic comes down and Mantike is now on a timer. 8 turns at the most. And Shellas is able to just kind of sit all day. We're just going to kind of speed through because this isn't particularly exciting gameplay. Shellas has used 9 recovers. Fake Out's not doing a whole lot. Knockoff's not doing a whole lot. The Shellas is just a menace and is gonna win the game. Nothing really Albi could do. This is games like this are why I kind of like dropping the ice move on Tyke for like Shellas, for Toxic. On Tyke, you don't really need the ice move that much. It's good for like Laleep, but games like this, a second Toxic. I know he missed the Toxic on his Goldeen turn 1, which really is, or yeah, like turn 1, turn 2, yeah, turn 2 rather. He missed the Toxic, which allowed Shellas to actually win this game ultimately. So yeah, that was really unfortunate for Albi, actually. Wow, that Toxic miss really bit him. But having multiple Toxics can be really good on teams like this that kind of struggle to break Shellas otherwise. You've got Panda, but Panda taking that Sludge Bomb was really unfortunate for you, for Albi, meaning it couldn't like threaten the Mold Breaker knockoff. So yeah, this is part of the reason why Shellas is such a menace, and he brought pink Shellas to the disgusting animal, bringing pink Shellas. Ugh. Anyway, game 3. All right, game 3. We had a game between Quinn and Camden. Camden, they really weird mon in the execute. I think this is Scarfed execute trying to surprise a Goldeen lead. I remember Kip, who is Camden's teammate, mentioned that as a neat tech at some point to me. So that's what I assume is going on here. Otherwise, there's not really a whole lot of reason to run execute rather in LCUU. Quinn, on the other hand, brought Smoochum, which is pretty interesting, as well on a fight spam. Dig A making constant appearance as well as Panda. We're just gonna hop right into it. Pancham lead versus Goldeen. We're going to see a trading of the knocks, I assume. Goldeen knock, Panda knock, trading of the knocks. Goldeen obviously coming out a little worse for wear on that drill run rather than flip turning out. Perhaps trying to predict a parting shot, as we're just going to stay in and trade blows, and Panda's going to come out on top. Now, Panda on Panda action. Camden's going to win and assume speed tie, or actually it's probably bulky Panda based on that damage knocked off. Actually, no, it was Scarf Panja. Scarf Pancham. So probably not a Scarfed execute then. This is the second time Camden's brought a Scarfed Panda. So interesting that they like that set quite this much. Outcome Smoochum is going to be able to fire off a Psychic. Very surprised that Camden let his Panda take that. And you could have gone out to Stunky, who takes a Ice Beam fairly well as well. But Stunky comes out now. Double made out to Joltage, who's going to get the Giga Drain off on the Sandshrew. I'm going to be able to fire off another one and kill it. Out is going to come the Smoochum, who's going to fire off an Ice Beam. It is going to be enough to kill the Joltic. That's crazy. Stunky's going to be able to come out once again and get frozen. Oh, that fucking sucks. And that's going to be the game. Wow. Yeah, I didn't watch this game before just now. That fucking sucked. I guess that's why he didn't go Stunky on the initial Psychic, because it was 2-hit KO'd by Ice Beam. Smoochum really put in a lot of work this game. So strong, wow. Man, that was game 3, I guess. On to game 4. Alright, our 4th and final game of week 6, we had Jox versus risi. Jox brought Volturn, core of Joltic, and Goldeen. You see the same on risi's side, but risi brought it on some Torchic Hail, which is pretty interesting. She always brings a little bit of a wild card on her Hail teams, whether it be a Sinistea or this time a Torchic. Mantike also a bit of a wild card on Hail. I like Tyke on Hail actually, so that's less That's less of a weird move than the Torchic is for sure. But you don't see a whole ton of Torchic in LCUU, that's for sure. Jox, 2 double grounds, not really a great matchup for him. He's really relying on Gunk a lot to deal with his Hail, and risi has a Mantike who deals with Gunk rather spectacularly in general. So risi definitely, I'd say, has the matchup advantage from preview, but we'll get into game. Tick lead against the Goldeen. Got a speed tie victory for the Tick. Fires off a Bug Buzz, does good amount of damage. Fires off a Giga Drain onto the incoming Diglett Alola next turn. EQs. Gonna avoid that with the Mantike, and then the Mantike is gonna dodge the Rock Slide, and Diglett's gonna dodge the Blizzard. Rock Slide, not gonna be able to take out the Mantike from full. Surf is gonna be able to take out the Diglett this time, so Mantike does lose its juice capabilities, but it works out in the end as you're able to take out the Diglett. Joltic comes in, Jolting on Joltic action. Jox's Joltic ends up the winner, seeing as it still has its Eviolite, and is able to take it out. Out comes Amara though, and now the Hail is in effect. Blizzard ain't going to be able to take out the Joltic, and Jox is going to go out to his Goldeen, fire off a knockoff, trying to remove the Amara's item, but unfortunately he's going to just find Mantike, whose juice is already bounced. See the Blizzard, enough to 2-hit KO the Laleep. That's not something you see from Ice Beam, I'll tell you that much. And that's kind of why I like Tyke on Hail. Because it can do that. It can do that, and it can't really do that very very much otherwise. Out comes Shrew on the Torchic, who came in after the Gunk was able to take out the Tyke. And Gunk is still actually a pretty big problem, particularly if this is not Drill Run. But I mean, between Torchic and Goldeen, risi should be fine here. Out comes Sandshrew Alola on the Sandshrew, sacking that. Mora's going to come out, fire off a Blizzard, and be able to pick up a kill here. And it is Krogunk versus the world here. Vacuum Wave is going to be able to take out Amora, obviously. But risi's going to be able to go out to her Goldeen, fire off a knockoff. Does exactly that, as Jox tries to nasty plot up. +2 Vacuum Wave's not going to be enough. And Drill Run is being carried by risi's Goldeen, and down goes Krogunk. Risi picks up the victory a bit closer than I was expecting based on preview. Hail didn't really do that much outside of Mantike just kind of blasting away with blizzards. But definitely a cool game. Definitely a cool game. And that'll be the end of our weekly coverage for week 6 of LPL. If you enjoyed, please feel free to hit the like. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.